Stephen Hawking.
Did you bring all of your friends?
I brought a couple friends this time.
Yeah.
We're ready.
You brought all of your friends and half your family.
I'm a friend.
Half our family? Have
I'm
you
a
met our
friend.
family?
And family
Well,
member.
I mean, the important ones anyways.
All right. Well, before we get into anything about the Bermuda Triangle, which is this week's episode's topic, we do have some drinks prepared.
Prepared. That's cute.
We're drinking some Hurricanes. How do you guys feel about these, guys?
Pretty lost.
A little sweet.
What'd you guys put in there?
Getting warmed up.
All right.
What'd you
Want to
guys put
introduce
in the
yourselves?
drink?
Are you looking at me first?
Yeah, introduce yourselves. Come on.
Can you still feel your tongue?
I think I can. Yeah. Let me see.
It hasn't taken effect yet.
Yeah.
The
no.
ASMR part of it.
All right. So I'm Andy.
I'm
Hi, Andy.
Andy. What's up, y'all?
What's up, guys?
It's your boy.
So I'm Gio's brother, and a friend too.
Sometimes.
Sometimes.
Hashtag when friends become family.
Oh, shit. Shout out or what?
I don't know.
I just want to point out that I was in the trampoline earlier, so I might sound a little winded.
Look, dude, when you come to my house, my kids will bring you into the family. That's just how it is.
Yeah. No hard things, though. No
He's
hard
already in the family.
Well, but I mean like their own little silly family
Official.
of like trampoline.
I guess
and,
we'll
Get a
keep you
certificate.
now.
with their rules.
Yeah,
Make
yeah.
sure there's no hard things, you know.
yeah,
drop-
no hard things in the trampoline. You got to take your shoes off and don't be stupid.
Yeah.
Don't be stupid.
Can you do
Rule number
backflips?
1.
I'm sure.
Can we do what?
Can you do a backflip on the trampoline?
I
Well, I
can't.
couldn't.
Can
It
you?
was gonna break. So, yeah.
Too strong.
I'm not
Can
gonna
you do
say
a
I did. I
backflip?
wasn't
No, I don't know how
trying.
Yeah,
to
like a
It's
bag
like-
of concrete
I just
trying to do a backflip.
I'm not gonna say I didn't think of trying, but
All right, continuing.
Okay. I'm Kenny. Oh shit.
Welcome back.
Yeah, I was here last week. I just want to make sure that I'm the correct
so wait,
distance.
what was the rule with the microphone?
You want to
Don't tell me
have,
no one's done that
okay.
before.
you want to have a fist?
Let's just explain this.
You
for a
literally
second.
measured the fist.
I
So-
did. I want to make sure I'm in the right.
Okay, so before we got on, he told us the rule for the microphone was keep a fist.
Yeah, but a
distance.
fist. Yeah.
I think the fact that you said fist made me want to do that. If you said like 5 inches,
Fist.
I probably would have just been like.
You would have
What,
taken.
you would
right,
take it
right,
out
right.
a ruler?
Yeah, exact 5
Yeah,
inches.
yeah.
You know, like
I can get with that.
Yeah, right? No one's ever done that before?
What?
Taking out a
done
ruler?
a literal fist?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, shoot. That's
Yeah.
embarrassing. How many episodes have you done?
Of my show?
Yeah.
208.
Yikes. Okay.
that's a lot
Alright.
of fists.
Well,
That's
that's
a whole
Kenny
lot.
for you.
That's
me.
a lot. That's a lot of fisting.
Oh, come on.
Oh, that's too much.
All right, who's our last guest over here?
Yo, I'm Alex.
You almost punched her, dude.
I'm sorry.
He's getting aggressive.
You
with
gotta
the
get
fist.
so
Fist to
angry.
yourself. I'm Gio's cousin. It's first time on
To
the
be clear,
podcast.
Alex does not want to get fisted.
Yeah, that's
Well, let's just put
Good
that out there
pointing out
right
that,
now.
yeah.
Let's just make
Right
a
off
safe
the
word or something.
right off the safe
I think
word.
that had to be said.
If you've gotten to safe word, you've gone too far.
The safe word is fisted? Is that what
Ooh.
you...
all right.
Yeah, let's continue.
Anyways, we're talking about weird stuff, so might as well just get started.
Let's hope this whole thing gets.
Wait,
lost
no,
in
no,
the
no, no, no,
Bermuda
no, no,
Triangle.
no. Don't let her get away over there tippy tappy on her fucking phone.
Tippy tappy.
We have one last guest.
My
Swing that mic over there.
Yeah.
The starring.
Oh, the
little-
starring.
get a little-
Forget y'all.
You can get a little more comfortable on that mic.
I'm Lauren, and I'm Gio's friend and Andy's friend, but I'm family basically. So.
She's fam.
Basically.
steady fam.
Sketty all the way.
Damn, that's a
That's
deep,
another episode.
that's a deep cut.
That's another episode.
That's episode 3.1.
Cool.
Cool. Let's get on this, guys. Fucking Bermuda Triangle that shit up. All right. Am I the only one that thought that the Bermuda Triangle was gonna be a bigger problem in my adult life, or did you guys feel that way in like your
quicksand?
childhood?
Growing up, I actually thought that we were gonna go on many trips and they were gonna be interrupted.
By the triangle.
Even
Right.
though I'm gonna admit I didn't
It's a
even know
moving
where
triangle.
Bermuda was.
Dude, I didn't either.
You didn't hear the song? Bermuda, Bahama, come on, pretty
Is there
mama.
a Spanish
Key
version
Largo,
of that
Montego. Ooh, I wanna take you Kokomo.
I'm glad
We'll
this
get
is happening.
there fast and then we'll take it slow. That's where I wanna go.
So,
This
Way
is not
down
sponsored.
to Kokomo.
confession, I've never heard that song.
What?
I've
You've
heard
never gone
that
Get
little
out.
bit, the
Leave
little
this room.
Bermuda part, but I
Leave
haven't
this
heard
room.
that full song. No. So just
You've
like
never
that.
seen the Muppets commercial with that song? yet?
Yeah, I remember all the Muppets commercials.
Well,
yeah.
not that one.
Well, Kenny brought up an interesting point. He said quicksand. I think as
Yeah.
kids,
Yeah, it's
quicksand was a
similar.
huge
It's
thing.
similar.
You thought everywhere was quicksand.
Well, see, also though, when you're a kid, you do play in the sand. That's. I'm just gonna say that. I was,
But you're not taking
Okay.
trips
Oh,
to
dude, that's-
Florida.
No. You know what, dude?
But
That's
I was never nowhere near.
that's a far out
cruise
point.
ships.
Yeah, because we didn't take any cruises when we were younger, so it's not like we could have been in the eye
Hashtag
of the
poor
beast.
kids.
I know.
Yeah, hashtag poverty. Nothing to joke about.
But quicksand, though. I mean, I would think that there would be quicksand before I would like encounter the Bermuda Triangle.
Right, because you know where the Bermuda Triangle is. Well, I didn't know.
Do you
until I
guys
was-
know where the
Now I
Bermuda
see.
Triangle is?
No.
All
Why
right,
don't
let's
you tell
dive
us?
in. The Bermuda Triangle, also known as the Devil's Triangle, is an area bounded by points in Bermuda, Florida, and Puerto Rico, where ships and planes are said to mysteriously vanish into thin air, or deep water. Vincent Gaddis coined the phrase Bermuda Triangle in a 1964 magazine article. Over the years, many theories have been offered to explain the mystery. Some suggestions include time portals and extraterrestrials, including rumors of underwater alien bases. Still others believe that the explanation lies in some sort of extremely rare and little known, yet perfectly natural geological or hydrological explanation. Others suggest sudden rogue tidal waves, or maybe some mysterious geomagnetic anomaly that creates navigational problems, confusing pilots and somehow causing them to plunge into the ocean. Normally, a compass will point toward magnetic north. The difference between the two is known as compass variation. Although in the past, this compass variation did affect the Bermuda Triangle region due to fluctuations in the Earth's magnetic field. This has apparently not been the case since the 19th century. So it begs the question, is it cursed? Is it paranormal? Or is it aliens?
I don't think it's aliens.
It's always aliens.
So I will say this. I think that my experience with the Bermuda Triangle,
Wait, just sing it again.
I feel like we
Bahamas,
should all be wearing like Tommy Bahama shirts.
or like the Big Dogs shirt. Like those. That's also like the Bermuda
Dogs.
people.
Somehow
Yeah.
get a straw
Um,
there.
So my first-hand experience is you guys.
Wait, you've been there?
You children
Okay.
did not experience the '90s quite like I did.
You're right.
So in the
I was
early
only there for 3 years.
in the early
Just
to
throw
mid '90s,
oxygen and, you
there
know.
was a huge aliens uptick. So I don't know if you guys remember the alien autopsy on Fox.
No, yeah. I
This
Wait, they filmed it? An autopsy? A fake alien?
yeah, dude. Yeah.
Didn't
So-
Jaime Maussan cover
So
it or
for
something?
me, like the beautiful,
Right.
God dang it, the Bermuda Triangle was a big thing, like alien autopsy and
Right.
abductions and Fire in the Sky
Well,
as
the
a
90s
movie.
were a weird time.
It was a weird time.
It's fun
The
time.
X-Files did an episode on the Bermuda Triangle, and it was legit one of the
I
best
believe it.
episodes of the X-Files. So for me, I go into this thinking, Bermuda Triangle, I want to be there.
Yeah.
Like I want to go.
You want to
I
go?
still like if it's a thing, I still want to figure it out. I still want to go there.
I'm kind of disappointed because I did some research and
There's a lot
like,
of good things
Yeah.
got lost there.
Yeah.
That's all I'm gonna say.
Every time when I was a kid, every time a plane disappeared or like a ship disappeared, I always thought it was Bermuda Triangle. But like Amelia Earhart wasn't even near the Bermuda.
No.
No, she wasn't. Yeah.
Or JFK Jr.
And she
I always
had
thought
already
JFK
flown
Jr.
by there
Right,
and didn't disappear.
right.
So that is disappointing.
I was like ready to look up JFK Jr. and how he disappeared in the Bermuda Triangle, but he didn't.
Bermuda is kind of a weird word to say.
Bermuda.
Bermuda.
Do you guys know that the-
You want to call it berm? Let's just call it. Let's call it the berm so that we don't have to.
Pero que
Interesting.
pero sí.
Did you guys know that like one of the first recorded like weird instances in the Bermuda Triangle was by fucking dumbfuck Christopher Columbus?
Oh yeah.
Did you guys know that?
Yeah,
Like I had no
dumb
idea.
fuck.
Did he use it as an
And
excuse to
racist.
say like, oh, then that's why I didn't get it?
He thought he was in India. That's just the funniest thing to me.
Yeah. Well, okay. You know, did you guys ever watch that like weird animated movie? You watched it. You've seen it.
Yeah.
No,
Have you
sent
seen
to
it?
me.
I don't believe so.
I've
It
never
was like
seen
this like super like romanticizing Christopher Columbus like cartoon that we watched when we were
He had
little.
some like weird animal partners.
You guys have to look up this trailer.
The movie's not even about discovery or anything.
It's not. It's really not.
Was it about the Bermuda Triangle?
No, but I was thinking
only loosely.
I know.
the reason why I got thinking into it was because even when we studied about Christopher Columbus, they talk about that time where he's in the crazy waters, right?
Right. Yeah.
And like they're planning the mutiny against him and all that. Do you guys remember that? So I was like, oh, like was that in the Bermuda Triangle? Like, and I looked it up, and then I remember that movie, which has nothing to do with anything.
He's
but-
basically in Antarctica, and he's
that
like,
movie-
triangle.
The
Oh, I
connection
can't.
between the Bermuda Triangle and that movie is those were
So-
things that got lost like a long time ago.
So obviously, like the triangle has a big history, right?
Yeah.
Right.
What's the actual science behind?
That's what I'm saying. Like, how
We're gonna
why
get
hasn't
into that
anyone
later.
Recently, like, tried
Theories.
to,
she's
like-
she's got us covered.
Right.
Yeah.
She's gonna tell us later.
Well, I can't explain the science. I can read it to you.
Yeah.
I'm very confused. I've been doing research for 2 weeks, and I am still
Wow.
kind of.
I'm very
Do you-
convinced about the science that I read.
Oh,
It's
you
very
think you
convincing.
solved it?
Yeah. No. Other people solved it. I'm not taking credit for it.
Because there's no, I mean, it's no there is planes that go down
Right.
in this
There's-
segment
right.
of the world.
Right.
There is boats that sink
right.
in this
a lot
segment
more
of
than
the
usual
world.
too.
So-
And that's not.
So what's the deal?
But it could.
What's the deal with the Bermuda Triangle?
What's
What's
the
the deal with the
Wait,
Well,
where
let's
does
talk
it
about
go?
some instances first. Some weird instances
The
where
airline
things
food.
have disappeared. You know what I mean?
What's the
Like,
deal with airline food? Am I right,
This is not a stand-up bit.
Well, Seinfeld is
No,
gonna.
but really like there is an explanation for it, right? Or at least like
There's a couple.
there could be multiple
dude?
explanations.
Hey,
Yeah.
learn to podcast. We'll get to it.
Oh,
All right, I'll
first
just-
timer here. First
I'll
timer.
just stay quiet until we figure it out.
First time, long time.
But do you
in
think
here.
it's like, what I'm asking is, do you think it's the same science as like when you lose your sock in the laundry?
Oh, fair point.
Yeah.
Yeah, you put in like your
Because
two
we
socks.
all
You
know
always
it
get one
happens.
sock
Where
back.
did they go?
Or pencils. Like,
'Cause we
how
all
many
know it
pencils
happens,
have you
yeah.
bought in your life? And
Guitar picks too.
I couldn't give
do
you
you
a
go to
number.
every
You don't
through
play
every
guitar.
But I lose them.
Bobby pins.
I think Alex.
Okay,
I think
okay.
Alex raises a good point. I think bobby pins is a more imperative.
Yeah.
Like
There's
mystery.
a land. There's a land of.
Bobby pins just all strung
Yeah.
the cost is bobby pins.
Look, if we figure something out today, I hope the government doesn't stop us. Like, if we figure out what happened.
Gets a knock
They're
at the
on
door.
to
like-
us.
Jesus, what are you doing in San Diego?
Did Land of the Lost, was that in the Bermuda Triangle?
What?
I think so.
It was, right?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
think
I,
it
feel
was
like
like-
I've never like paid attention to the Bermuda
You
Triangle
mean
in
with
movies.
Brendan Fraser? Land of the
No,
Lost?
Land of the Lost was Will Ferrell.
Well, that was a
Oh,
remake.
that's right.
That was a remake of the original.
Oh,
Wait,
sorry.
actually, Brendan Fraser did
Wait,
it
is
too,
Land of...
right?
Oh shit, I didn't know that.
It's like an original, like old '60s movie.
What? I
Wow.
thought... Wait, Brendan Fraser was not
Not
acting in the
Brendan Fraser.
60s.
Land of the Lost, I think, was an old movie.
Yeah.
that got
Oh,
remade.
I had no idea.
Also a cartoon. Land of the Lost.
Yeah, exactly.
No, you didn't know. You
No, I didn't know.
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
You know.
I
Trying
know.
to be cool. All right. Well, Christopher Columbus was one of the first ones to see and know any weird stuff around there. He saw some fiery. I forget how he described
Like a
it.
meteor. I think.
Yeah, it was meteors, but he described it as like fiery,
Right.
Fiery rocks.
like fire rocks.
He goes, shit's on fire, y'all.
Yeah, we gotta go. This is.
And obviously, he
is
was one of the first ones to note that the compass wasn't working.
Right.
So, I don't know. Do you want to explain how compasses work?
No, but I do want to know. I like to think that meteor he saw was like a plane that like went through like a time warp from like our
Oh,
days.
okay.
But there's no scientific evidence for that.
I'll accept
Crashing
that.
plane.
Let's point out that there's no yet.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'll accept that.
Of course.
Okay, well, let's talk about the Ellen Austin's curious finding.
I'm sorry. What?
The Ellen Austin's curious finding.
I'm sorry.
What?
What?
It's not. The
Am I doing it again? Really?
What's so curious about it?
All right, get ready. Get a load of this. Okay.
Get a load. That should be your catchphrase.
Get a load of this.
Get a load
fellas.
of this, folks.
All right. The Ellen Austin was an American schooner. I don't know
The
what that is.
Ellen
Do you guys
Austin?
know what a schooner is?
I think it's someone who makes shoes.
I'm sorry. It's pronounced schooner.
Stop.
No,
it's
it
not.
is.
It
It's
is?
schooner.
Oh, that's so embarrassing. Okay. Schooner.
But what is it?
It's a ship. It's a type of ship.
Thank you.
okay.
Oh, a large multi-masted ship weighing over 1,800 tons and was 200. Dude, come on.
How many tons?
Come
Over
on.
9,000.
I need to know that.
210 feet long. The ship. Oh.
Oh
okay.
God.
Oh.
The ship was manufactured way back in 1854 in Maine. It is way back.
Way back.
She used to ply between London and New York over the Bermuda Triangle Zone in the Atlantic Ocean. In 1881, during one of her London-New York trips, she met with another ship on the way which was moving in good speed. Strangely, the other ship had no one on board. In order to salvage this unnamed ship, the captain of the Ellen Austin sent some of his prize crew on board this ship. When the crew boarded the ship, they in fact confirmed that there was not a single soul on board. The captain of Ellen Austin ordered the crew to guide the ship so that they could sail all together to New York. After 2 days, the two ships got separated by a huge sea storm, and when the storm subsided, the unnamed ship was gone and never seen again. Yes, the mystery of the ship is still being explored.
Just like pouring drinks. And...
May I continue?
Sorry, I was trying to cool off your
Adding,
drinks
like-
a little bit.
Adding like background effects to like the story, like
It's like a murder mystery.
The crew and the unknown ship could never be traced again. However, in 1944, a retired British Navy officer, Commander Gould, wrote about this incident. Bro, come on. Anyways, they found the ship again, and the crew that he had appointed.
Wait, Ellen Austin wasn't a person.
okay. So
Thank you.
what happened to the ship when they found it?
Okay, the first time they found it, I'm
There
so
was no
sorry
one on
for my
board.
listeners trying to follow along to this.
So there was no one on board the first
Nobody
time.
on board, right? And then so they tied the ship to their ship to try to get it home. And so then a storm happened, hurricane, which is what we're drinking. Drink.
The drink that's causing all of them to be so distracted, by the way.
Anyways, so a hurricane hit, and basically they got separated, and then they found the ship again, and the crew he had appointed was all gone. Like, completely gone. There was nobody else.
Two disappearances.
No idea. But the food was left behind. Everything was there, like supplies, except for the people.
That's how you know. That
They
it's
didn't
true,
even
'cause
take the
I would
food?
never leave the food.
I know.
Yeah, why would you leave the food?
That's how you know they actually went missing.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So I'll
And
take
it
the
wasn't
snacks.
like a pirate like attack, because if you think about it, pirates want food too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They gotta eat.
Yeah.
Pirates gotta eat.
I would
eat.
never leave the ship if there was still food. And I'm just
Pirates'
gonna say,
booty.
I'll sink with it.
And water,
Yeah.
because you
Well,
can't
the water's
drink any.
second for
No,
me.
you can't drink anything because it's
I
like.
know, but
Drink seawater.
No, you can't.
I'm joking.
Oh, I really thought you were serious. I was like, I'm so smart right now.
No, you can't.
Excuse me. You cannot drink seawater.
guys,
Don't drink seawater.
So let's
hurricane.
keynote,
Pro tip.
let's keynote that one. Don't drink seawater.
God,
You
God,
guys learn
Life
something.
tip of the day.
do not drink
Get a
seawater.
load of this.
Get a load of this, folks.
Hey, dummies. Don't drink seawater.
Don't. Salty anyway.
ASMR seawater. Don't drink it.
Oh no. I hate what this is turning into.
It's so much better.
It is.
Kenny,
Yeah.
You know anything about the U.S. Cyclops?
I don't. I have to find it in my notes. I don't. Okay, so this is not gonna be as cool as the Geo's story.
What do you mean? I was
guess-
laughing the whole time.
In 1918,
Which is okay.
In 1918, I guess a giant coal ship. Back in like World
Is it
War
a coal
One.
schooner?
It was a coal schooner.
A schooner. Schooner sounds better.
It's a giant cargo ship. That's a Navy cargo ship, one of like their bigger ones. I think it was on the route from where was it? It was on the route from like where was Brazil to Florida.
Yeah, you're right. Brazil.
And it had to pass through the Bermuda Triangle. And it reported signs of engine failure, and then, which I mean, obviously is a big thing. And then I guess it was had problems with overweight, not overweight people.
Overweight Americans. Yeah.
They picked up some Americans on the way.
Yeah. How many burgers you guys want?
They have an overloaded shipment, so they stopped in Barbados. Yeah,
Load up some fuel.
Barbados. And they had some engine failures again, and then
So maybe they need to switch ships. Is kind of
probably
what's going on.
They said come. I think they reported that they had engine failures, and they said to come to America right away. And it's like maybe you shouldn't ride that ship to America at all. What was that?
But did they listen? A fire truck. That
No,
was a
of course
fire
not.
truck.
So they went to America, or they were headed to America, and then they were never heard from again.
But the creepy thing is they never sent out a distress signal. Like,
Right. So there was no stress signals.
That is creepy.
They had.
dude, come on. You have a fucking Navy ship and
Right.
you don't
Well, yeah,
send a distress
and
signal?
also-
And isn't that like one of the first things you have to do?
Right.
There's engine
Yeah.
failure. Like,
Well, they did
At least
report
we-
engine failures
what-
when they landed.
What if
But
the
they said-
captain's kind of like one of those dudes? He's like, no,
I got this.
we
I
got
don't want.
this.
I don't want to get demoted.
Look, we don't need
This is
anybody
my
else.
third strike
I know.
this
Too
month.
proud.
I cannot have another.
It was
Alex
like,
coming in with the
plot
fucking
twist,
dope ass
plot
joke.
twist. It was the
Yo,
captain
she didn't
for
plan
the
those jokes.
I didn't bring a notebook. All right, Kenny.
plot twist. It was the captain from the first ship that Gio was describing.
Ah.
He's like,
Oh,
not
shit.
again.
Yeah.
He just keeps losing things.
And they also
over.
like didn't respond to any of like the 1,000 ships trying to call them either.
Yeah, because
So-
it's the fucking
right,
Navy.
right.
Like,
And
they're
it's a huge
searching for
ship.
their shit.
It's
like,
a huge ship, USS Cyclops. I did some research.
It's your taxpayers' money.
There was a ship named the Cyclops?
It was the USS Cyclops.
What a
Really cool.
dope
Actually,
ass
one of the biggest
name
Yeah.
for a ship.
theories
Which
was that
makes sense. You wouldn't want to report that it didn't work.
right. One of the biggest theories is that
The Cyclops doesn't work.
because the ship only had one eye, it was hard to navigate.
Oh my
What do you mean
god.
one eye? What do you mean by that?
Explain what the Cyclops
It was
is.
the USS Cyclops. It's
No,
a
no,
joke,
no.
Gio.
Please, wait. Let's go back to mythology. Explain.
Explain this.
What do you mean by Cyclops only has one eye?
Look. Okay, first off, what are Cyclopses?
A Cyclops is a large
Fuck you, I
being
took Greek
with one
mythology. Don't
So did
come
I.
at me.
Since we're diving into science, explain Cyclops.
Dude, I straight up thought you were.
eye. You were just like, what is it? What is it? Why did it have one eye?
I like how my worry was that I was gonna sound so dumb on this.
Oh no,
You thought
don't
that
worry.
I was a part of
we've,
the boat,
We've gotten
didn't
way
you?
dumber than you thought
Okay,
we were gonna.
okay, but it gets weirder because there were apparently this is like had 3 other sister ships that were made kind of at the same time. One was
what
destroyed.
were their names?
I don't know.
The
I had it somewhere in
the two-eyed lady and
It was the Medusa.
They got 3 eyes on this one.
Yeah, this is the regular Biclops.
Stupid.
Okay.
It was the Bicops.
I just
the
wanna know-
Triclops,
There was
and the
a
Quadclops.
Wait, I just want to note that
Nerd
Kenny did
4-eye.
not have that written. That was an on the moment joke.
Right, yeah.
So kudos.
Look,
He does have
you
a
know,
lot of
good,
notes. I
good
have one
podcasting
note.
is when you call out the good jokes.
Guys, this is the part where you
Life
guys
tip of the day.
But out of the 3 sister ships, one of them got destroyed in World War II or 1? One of those 2, I don't know.
Pretty good. It's kind of important.
Yeah.
I mean, which one is it?
But
I
the
mean, honestly,
thing
World
is,
War
it was
II
the
is the more
story.
important one. I'm not gonna lie.
more important,
It's more
there
important
wouldn't
than the
have been
first
a World
one.
War II without a World War One.
Now we're.
I don't know.
But that's okay. We're not gonna get into
Let's make that.
World War theories.
I love these.
So the 3
You wanna
sisters.
say
ships. What happened?
Okay, so one of them got destroyed in war by Germany.
Of course.
Oh, it's the Germans.
The bad
assume.
guys in.
I'm gonna call it before we figure out what happened in the Bermuda Triangle.
Oh,
was
see,
the
it is
Germans.
difficult to say.
It was no, I never said it wasn't.
The berm.
But most
berms.
words are
The bee.
difficult for me just because of my intellect.
Just call it the B.
But I'm just gonna call it and say that the Germans did it before we figure it out. I'm just
They
gonna
did
say
do it.
Yeah, they did everything.
Yeah.
Germans did 9/11.
Yeah.
The
knowing
bad guys from Mighty Ducks too.
knowing
Those are Russians, weren't they?
Sorry, Mighty Ducks won.
Anyway,
what happened to so the disappearance of
anyway, the other two ships disappeared in the Bermuda Triangle.
Look, dude. Ice
Also-
rinks have equators too. Got him.
get a load of this.
Anyway,
Wait.
yeah. No, the other two ships disappeared in the Bermuda Triangle also.
The ones that
The
were
two
looking
other
for
sister
them.
ships. No. They're just two of the same ships. They were kind of doing the
Just
same
at-
ship
at different
sharing.
times.
Yeah.
At different times, yeah.
Gotcha.
But no one ever talks about them. It's just the first
Well,
one.
there's so many.
Well, I mean,
when
with
I was,
a name like Cyclops,
I know.
it's sort of like
It's
Stands
Cyclops,
out.
Biclops, Triclops,
it's like
and
when your
Quadclops.
dad. It's like when your parents like a sibling more than you. You just.
yeah.
It's like when your parents
would-
lose
It happens.
both
Look,
children.
I wouldn't know anything about that.
What are you talking about? I'm the favorite.
Well,
I'm
no,
just kidding.
in
No,
my
I'm not.
own-
No,
in my
I'm
own
not.
family.
No, you'd probably be the first one to disappear in the Bermuda Triangle.
Hey.
Whoa!
Does research in the
I
Bermuda
do
Triangle.
have really
However-
bad luck. I'm not
however-
gonna lie.
If I disappeared, they wouldn't notice. I'm just gonna say.
Oh, that was so sad.
That was kind of sad.
We
Oh, he's
know
just
that's
on the
true.
trampoline.
You personally know that's true because I have gotten lost many times when I was little, and it took them about a day to figure it out.
That is
Oh my
true.
gosh. Where did you get lost?
Andy
to?
gets lost at Disneyland, like,
Dude,
well, I mean,
my
I
brother.
know.
Dude, so
This is
straight
a side
up.
note, by the way.
Yeah, I'm sorry if you don't care about my family. I'm gonna tell this story. My fucking brother, my older brother, told Andy that they didn't have to go to school anymore if they
We
jumped in
a well.
this whole thing. And he convinced him, but didn't jump. So Andy was the only one who jumped in this hole. And my parents had
His
no
own Bermuda
idea
Triangle.
where they
When I say
were.
I was gone for a day.
Wait, where you were in a well?
Yeah, I was the kid.
Was
that
it a
got lost
well?
in a
No,
well.
it was like a
It was
hole.
like they were doing construction.
A well and a hole are completely
yeah,
different
yeah.
things.
Dude, the
No, it was
story,
a hole.
the story
It was
has
a hole.
gone like way beyond like. Well, they dug a hole and Andy was in it to like it was
They were
it
doing
was a well.
something.
Could you climb out of the hole?
Okay.
I think it
So,
was like for sewers,
The
right?
main
They were
thing
doing
was
a
that
hole.
it was so deep that I couldn't claw my way out of there.
Well, now
And
you
I
could,
was-
right?
And I was pretty
how
much
did you get out?
the first half hour I was trying to get just scream and get
No
people's
one had
attention.
any idea
Well, no.
where this
And after
kid
a while, I
was.
just decided to sit there and just wait to see.
Well,
what
at least
happened.
you didn't have to go to school, right?
Yeah, but okay, let's try.
Oh,
let's
it's
try
a
and
net
make
positive.
Let's try
What's
to
wrong
make a
about
connection
that?
here.
They didn't have to go to
lie to
school.
you.
They couldn't go to
Let's try to
school.
make a connection with the Bermuda Triangle. And this is reaching. I feel like the people that got lost in the Bermuda Triangle are having an episode like how I had it,
Okay.
where
They just
They're
accepted
in a
it.
hole.
that
They
they're lost
accepted
now.
it.
Ah.
Yeah,
So people
Okay.
got lost because they didn't.
like
they,
I said,
they
it's
thought they didn't have to
reaching,
go to
but-
work.
Okay.
Okay.
We'll get into that
Incentive.
though. We'll get into that. Not
Okay, but-
coming back.
But what the frick is the science behind the Bermuda Triangle?
Okay.
Bermuda Triangle.
Who was
hold
it
up,
There
hold
are
up.
multiple
Who was
theories.
the podcast genius that said, "Wait, we'll get to it"?
We're here. We're getting to it right now.
Wait. We got one more.
We'll get to it.
We got one more disappearance.
Oh,
'Cause
Jesus
Yeah.
Christ.
Bro, I haven't done any plain ones.
Read her index.
Oh yeah,
We've been
planes
doing
have
ships.
also disappeared.
Well, you just
The
talk
ships.
about what's her name?
Ellen Austin,
Ooh.
the girl.
What's her name? Columbus.
Boom.
The girl in the plane.
Amelia.
Yeah,
The
Amelia.
shooter.
Yeah,
But she
but
was
she
nowhere
didn't
near
disappear
the
the
Bermuda
Bermuda
Triangle.
Triangle.
So we
Yeah,
know,
I understand.
as we know.
What if the Bermuda Triangle is like
A
a
moving
amorphous triangle?
Yeah.
Well,
got no
listen.
shape.
So okay. So there's been a lot of
In
like.
your face, atheists.
He had that
If there are any
he
atheists
was
watching,
waiting for the right moment.
Listening.
All right.
they can watch.
They can watch this.
No one's listening with their eyes closed.
Well, what if they're going to sleep?
Okay.
They probably will.
Then I
for this
apologize.
mess.
They're about to have some disturbing dreams. That's
All right.
Just Andy talking about being in a well.
yeah. You two can get lost in a well.
I hate this.
Hey, you ever been in a well?
Everyone does it, right? All right, so let's get to it.
To what? The
Get a
plane
load of
disappearance.
this.
Get a load of these plane disappearances. There's been a lot, and honestly, they were all kind of the same.
Sorry.
They were all kind of the same, where it's like they're flying, they're having a good time.
I can show you the world.
There's been a lot of singing in this
Shining,
episode.
Shimmering splendor.
One person.
Splendid.
It's splendor.
It's
It's splendid.
It's splendid?
I believe it's Splenda.
Shining,
Shining,
Splenda.
shimmering splendor.
Anyways, as I was saying, they're all flying, they have a good time, and then their instruments stop working. Instruments, I mean compasses, because I didn't know this until I started
Oh my
making
gosh.
research.
There was a band flying over.
Bro, come on, instruments? Why would you call your compass an instrument?
It's an instrument of
For
navigation.
what?
He's like, my sax is fucked.
Hey guys,
Don't you think that's-
I'm not getting any sound from my
I'm-
sax.
Don't you guys think it sounds weird? My instruments aren't working and they're flying.
Well, according to this.
Accordion.
According to this.
Hit him with the puns.
Okay, so the instruments weren't working.
Accordion to this.
Anyways, the most interesting flight that I found that was missing was the 40-year-old lady.
That was. That's it. That's
Yeah.
all. That's
Steve Carell was.
just end it. The 40-year-old lady.
That's the
That's
second
not even
movie.
like old, really. You could have just said the lady.
Come on, this is my research.
Okay,
I didn't
sorry.
write this.
Sorry.
Oh, best
All right.
episode yet.
Jennifer Blumen.
Bloomin'.
Blue man?
Blumen, literally.
Like the bloomin'
Um,
onion?
40-year-old.
Like the Blue Man Group?
Guys, let me tell you about this
Development.
lady.
Okay, please. Okay.
Let me tell you about this lady.
Decorum.
Okay, so she was an event planner and the CEO of an event management company.
Was the event in. I'm sorry.
Okay, come on.
I'm
Let
sorry.
her finish the goddamn story.
Thank you. She flew to Puerto Rico to spend Mother's Day along with her two sons, a 3-year-old and a 4-year-old, and her boyfriend Nathan Ulrich, who was 52. She owned. Let
Get
her
it.
get it.
Older
Yeah,
woman.
get that bread.
She was a CEO. I'm sure she was doing fine money wise.
Get that bread.
Okay, she owned a small private aircraft Mitsubishi MU-2B40 with twin
Well, there was the
Dun,
problem.
dun, dun.
with twin turbojet or engines. That's a flex right there.
Weird flex, but okay.
The story started with the disappearance.
All right, anyways. Next day on May 15th, they were returning home to New York. Nathan was an experienced pilot and was himself flying the plane. The flight took off from Rafael Hernandez Airport in Puerto Rico at 11:08 a.m. on Monday, May 15th. They were to make a landing at 2:44.
Mondays, am I right?
They were to make a landing at 2:44 p.m. in South Florida to refuel their aircraft. However, at 2:10 p.m., when the plane was only 37 miles east of the Bahamas, the Miami Air Traffic Control could no longer trace the aircraft on its radar. Apparently, there was nothing wrong with the weather. The flight simply vanished. It was flying an altitude of 24,000 feet at 345 miles per hour. Next day, an extensive search operation was launched by the U.S. Coast Guard, the Royal Bahamas Defense Force, as well as the U.S. Air Force to join the search operation. From all the evidences found, it was ascertained that the debris was indeed that of an MU-2B aircraft. However, none of the bodies could be recovered or traced. So what could have happened? Since the weather was not reported as adverse, equipment failure could be a reason. Puerto Rico, the island from where the flight took off, is one of the corners of the Bermuda Triangle. And the flight path over the Bahamas en route to South Florida also lies on the triangle area.
Dum, dum, dum.
So to me, instantly, I say he was part of it. Like he did
He's
something.
in on like the Illuminati.
Not the
or-
triangle,
He's
but
an
like
alien.
he wanted to get rid of his rich wife.
I mean, yeah.
He didn't survive.
I mean, but they do.
Or did
Or
he?
did
well,
he?
they didn't find him.
In Cuba.
That's a different thing.
I don't like
And
that.
also, they do mention that he was an experienced pilot.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So
Maybe the triangle
alien
was a cover.
disappearing guy.
What do we think?
I don't know. I honestly, I still want to see German.
You want to see? You want to see what now?
I don't know. What do you think? Because I already said it. I got to commit to the German thing.
I mean,
It's
He
the
already
Ge-
said it. He has-
It's the
Three?
Germans.
300
See,
ships
German.
have vanished.
Yeah.
75 aircrafts
Okay.
have vanished. Over 1,000 victims.
Got it.
It can't be
Right.
a man-made.
The way I
Reason.
think it can be. The way
So
I see it.
wait, and that's in that thing that the story. How long were they searching for before they found the debris and everything?
I want to say it was 2 weeks.
Didn't search a third week.
Usually,
It wasn't
and
worth
how many like flights have disappeared and everything?
She said 300.
70. No, that's ships. 75 aircraft.
Think of it as
And
like
how
Over
long do
75.
Do they usually do 2 weeks like and then they're like they find?
I mean,
the
I don't
stuff,
know what
or-
their protocol is.
in the Bermuda. They
for,
don't even try. They're like, oh, there's no point.
What I want to say is like, did they just
Like,
accept
where it's
that
like
things disappear?
response call time.
Like, did they just accept that things disappear there, and then
Well,
they're just
I-
like,
like,
we're gonna
oh,
stop?
there's
The way-
nothing we can do about
The
this.
way I see it is like, you know how they're like accident-prone roads.
Yeah,
There's like there's
But
some
you
roads
still
that are
gotta
just
go
built.
search 'em.
Right.
Like-
I just think Bermuda Triangle is like one of those just an accident-prone
Well,
area.
I also think that too. If you guys remember back to the Malaysia flights that disappeared,
Right.
Yeah.
you know they
Exactly.
searched. They searched for weeks and weeks
And they never
weeks
found even
and
the
weeks
black
and
Well, what
box,
weeks.
area
right?
did that go down
What I'm saying is, it doesn't matter.
Right.
You know, the ocean is a big.
Right.
But
Fucking
they didn't even
deep
find
place.
the black box.
I mean,
right?
they're still finding things from like 300 years ago
Exactly.
now.
I think
With
that
shipwrecks and everything like that.
Bermuda, the Bermuda,
Let's just say Bermuda.
I don't like that.
Let's take the R's out. Just
Bermuda.
Bermuda.
Just Bermuda Triangle.
I think that it just happens to be a big ass space in the ocean that
It really
things
is,
happen
yeah.
to get lost in.
Right. It's just an accident-prone area.
Do you think that maybe
What's an
Absolutely.
accident-prone road?
I don't know. No, I'm saying like there's like high traffic.
I would say like the
areas.
Autobahn is probably like a pretty
Yeah.
like
Usually-
I just need
accident-prone.
something to compare
don't
it to,
things
is
go
what I mean.
missing in Hamul? By the way, you should cover that.
Side note.
Don't,
Wait, in
Next episode.
Hamul?
yeah, in Hamul, like at night, a lot of cars
talking
go
about
missing
Proctor
and
Valley?
everything.
No.
Which is like a residential area now, which is
Yeah.
weird.
Yeah,
but
I don't. I think that's
we'll
just
get to that
gentrification.
eventually.
Um,
Don't
SD
bury the
episode.
lead,
But no,
motherfucker.
what I'm getting to is maybe it's the fact that people give it attention that they
Right.
notice that their things go missing the Bermuda Triangle.
But is this like grown up you saying this? Or like.
What I'm saying is like, for example, if I tell you, hey, look, there's a red car. Let's see how many red cars we see today.
Right. You start noticing.
You start
how many
noticing
red cars.
more and more red cars, right?
good example.
Because you start paying attention. But if I had never pointed that out, you probably wouldn't have been noticing that in the
Right.
first place.
I mean,
Also, Germans
okay,
did it.
agreed. But
Yeah.
there is a certain amount of accidents that happen
Yeah.
in the
Right.
the Bermuda
Yeah.
Triangle that is sort of
Bermuda.
Trademark that.
Bahama.
Let's trademark that before someone takes that.
What, Bermuda?
Bermuda Triangle.
Bermuda.
Yeah.
The Bermuda.
That is sort of unexplainable.
Yeah.
The amount of sheer accidents that happen in this area of the fucking world.
Right.
Yeah.
Is it a magnetic thing? Maybe.
Right.
Is it people just get fucking lost out there
But
in the
it
ocean?
could be multiple things too. It doesn't have to be one scientific reason. It could be multiple reasons that just, you want to say it's one reason, right?
Is
All
it
right.
is it aliens?
Or it could just be the
Well,
government.
let's
another
hit-
thing. That's another thing too. Is like all these findings and everything. That's from the government too, right? Like those are the reports from the government itself.
Right. Yeah.
I just heard like the little
we
lost
have, like-
dun dun like in my head right now.
Like,
You should have it.
do we have like a
soundboard.
private report from like not the government for the disappearances?
I mean,
We're
I
just gonna
think
take their word.
the government is
I would.
definitely. I'm sorry if my FBI agent is listening
Oh,
currently.
I'm texting mine. So.
But I think they're definitely hiding a lot of things from us.
Yeah. We're coming
Oh yeah,
to get
that's
you.
no question.
We're gonna get you.
It's
What
like
are
I
the
need to
Bermuda-
know, but I need to know, so
Yeah.
I don't know what they're talking about. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Did you hear about that underwater Area 51 theory?
Yes, we
They
will.
couldn't even name it a different area. That has to just
Listen,
be underwater Area 51.
Bermuda water.
Bermuda.
Oh, that crystal pyramid that they supposedly found.
We'll get into that.
Oh,
she has a we'll get into
section.
We're just doing teasers.
Well, yeah.
No, I mean
We're
we're
getting disappearances.
no. I mean we're about to get to the theories portion of it.
Okay.
We're almost there. I mean,
What about like Flight 19? Did you do?
no.
research
Tell
on
us about Flight 19.
that? I don't know anything about it. I'm just.
What? Why would
It's
you
just
bring
a
that
number.
up?
It's just a number.
What
so
about
we really
Flight
like-
63,
What about-
I just-
24?
You know those numbers, 1 and 9. It's very suspicious. You know.
I mean, that is true. I don't trust
Yeah.
19.
Yeah.
It's
There's a
just,
reason-
it doesn't sound like a
At the
very.
risk of sounding
Did you have a bad
like,
19-year-old?
There's a reason why 7,
Here.
8, 9. You know,
There's a reason why what?
8?
7, 8, 9. You know,
7, 8, 9.
It's because 8.
and that's my dad contribution. My dad joke
But
contribution.
why did 7, 8, 9?
That's another theory.
Why?
We'll get into
Why?
9 was looking like a snack. I don't know.
Oh,
Oh.
defensive. we should make that a. Oh my god.
Sorry, I just
Conspiracies.
couldn't see anything.
Conspiracies. Why did 7,
Next
8, 9?
episode.
Next
Why
episode. Why 7, 8, 9?
Dun, 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 dun.
Okay, so you're gonna get us into.
Why are we singing so much this episode?
We should have a hurricane.
Turning
Because
into a
it's
musical
like it's a
podcast.
Bermuda
Probably is the
thing.
hurricanes.
If you're on a cruise, you're just happy and singing,
back.
and then you just.
I'm sorry, what now?
Okay, so let's get into these theories.
Theories.
Were you guys
All right.
singing more?
Huh?
there was a lot
yeah,
more
I
singing.
can't stop singing on this episode, man. I don't like that.
It's just that cruise life,
It's
dude.
probably the drinks.
Alex,
and
we've been on
yeah.
our cruise life.
No,
Did
that
we see
cruise
any
life
weird
all too
stuff?
well.
I think because we were in Mexico. It
Oh,
was
were
safe.
You? Were you in the Bermuda Triangle?
No, but we should go on the Bahamas cruise.
Are you a nervous
Carnival
person, Ken?
cruise?
No,
No?
I'm a very. I need to be moving at all.
I'm a
Ah.
very unnervous person.
I am so unnervous.
Snorted some crack.
I think, Alex, we need to go for research on the
To the
Bahamas.
okay
cruise,
now
you know?
okay now question. Does that sketch you out a little bit? Getting out to that part of the world?
We already had a really weird experience on Carnival cruises.
Talk about it.
We had the weirdest, like, when we were checking in, like, this guy who looked like a ghost. I don't know how to
describe- what do you
explain
mean?
that.
Looks like
Alex,
a girl.
if you want
He
to
was
chime
very
on in.
He was very pale. And,
Like,
Like,
he
was
looked...
see through
transparent.
He
and
looked
would
like he
go,
worked...
Ooh, a lot.
Okay, no, that's not what happened.
Ooh.
He looked like he worked at Haunted Mansion.
Oh.
Honestly,
Right?
now that I think
His
back,
last
definitely
name
the
was
like
Hansen.
Carnival cruise uniform looked a
Bill
little bit
Han-
like
Hansen.
bellhoppy.
Yeah.
William Hansen.
All right, Alex, tell us about our experience with the bellhop.
Talk about it.
So we're stoked. We have our
Super stoked.
suitcases, just like in hand,
Saw.
strolling through, having a great time.
Uh-huh.
I think we're like checking in our bags. I don't know what we're doing. We're getting our badges or something like that. This dude literally is like, starts off pretty casual, starts making conversation with us, then all of a sudden hits us with, "What's your room number?"
Oh.
And then we're
And
like,
it's like, dude, you should know. You're checking us in.
and then literally looks down at it and goes, "Ooh," and like
Oh my
shakes his
God.
head.
I told
And
you
just
they
makes
would
us-
do.
He goes, "Oh, that's the fucked up alien room." Ooh.
Yikes.
So then what happened, Alex?
So what did he say? He was literally like, "Oh, good
You're staying in
luck."
the bottom, like, floor? Like, good luck, or like I don't know, dude. It was weird. Like we didn't ask for his opinion. He was like, good luck. Like it shakes a lot or something
Yeah, you're
like
gonna
that.
hear a lot of noises down there or something like that.
Very ominous.
Yes.
Do you look like Richard Ramirez?
No,
Okay.
he definitely
Not
did
that
not.
kind of dog.
So then literally we never saw this guy again until we went to the bar. And like the next day he was like behind us and was like, he literally said boo. Like
I told you. I called it. And you guys were laughing at me.
walked off.
Didn't I forgot about that.
Yeah, and we never saw him again. We were there for a
He's
week.
a ghost. Yeah.
There's only one explanation there.
So I don't know, maybe the Carnival cruises are haunted. What was the name of the ship? Miracle?
Miracle.
The Miracle.
Well, if you guys do go to the Bermuda Triangle,
Bermuda.
you should go through Carnival.
That's what I'm thinking, because they do the Florida,
Oh, you get
like
the
Puerto
full
Rico,
experience.
and like
In
Bermuda.
your
feel
research,
like-
none of the ships were like cruise
Carnival?
ships.
What?
None of the ships were cruise ships that went.
No,
missing?
what I did see is that one of the
Someone
cruise
spoke.
ships, I watched this on BuzzFeed Unsolved. I love you, Shane. If you're listening, you're not, but okay.
He probably is.
Anyways, he talked about how like there was a video that someone took on the Carnival cruise over there in the Bermuda Triangle of a UFO, and he's like,
Yeah, but how trustworthy is that? It's from
no. So everyone's making fun of this video.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they're mocking and they're like, oh, he literally says like, oh, someone really busted out the Windows Movie Maker for this one. But he's like, literally, who would believe anyone on a Carnival cruise? I felt attacked,
Honestly,
but it's okay.
yeah. It's like a double chance of going missing. You could already go missing in a normal Carnival cruise, but a Carnival
But
cruise
you're asking for it if you go to the Bermuda Triangle?
and on a Carnival cruise.
Yeah.
Oh, double whammy.
They'll say she was asking for it. You know.
I don't like that.
Yeah, they
So
say it's the
don't
Devil's
take
Triangle, but the Carnival cruise is the Devil's ship.
Oh, why?
I don't know.
No one said that.
I've never been on a Carnival
now he
cruise.
did.
Yeah, that's
Kenny
why you're
just-
Kenny's
bitter.
hating because he didn't come with us on the
Okay,
cruise.
It's true. I didn't come, all right, and I didn't have a lot of fun being at home.
Damn, the truth comes out.
He's like,
Let's
I
get
wish you
that
guys
over
had
with.
disappeared for a little bit. Just a little bit.
Just a little bit. so
I was
get some
counting on you guys to
satisfaction.
disappear, but didn't work out.
All right, you got me. I hired spooky bellhop guy.
How tall was he?
Bellhop?
Bellhop.
I don't think he was a bellhop though. Like,
What do you mean? What do you mean? Was he dressed like a bellhop?
He dressed like one.
Okay, but you didn't see his credentials?
I don't know. We never
Do
saw
you
him
even carry
again.
credentials when you're a bellhop, though?
Job title was not posted.
Your uniform is your credentials.
But like the weird thing is that we didn't see
And I
him.
will that's right.
We didn't see him again because where could he go? He had to have been on the ship. Like,
He had to hop the bell.
Yeah. Maybe he just, that room that he was checking you guys into, that was his room, and then he was like,
oh, he was like salty that we got that
Like,
room.
all right, looks like I'm going to be having to bunk with someone.
He's like, I have a lot of good memories on that room.
No, you never explained why was he ghosty?
Oh, well, because he
Because
said
he
boo.
literally
How
was
is that? How much more evidence do you need? He went, ooh, and then he said boo behind him, disappeared for a
No,
little
just
bit,
the fact
and
that
then
he
when he
was
appeared
so-
again, he said boo again.
He was so.
The facts are all
The
there.
fact that he started off with
I'm
Checks
not a
out for me.
scientist, but that sounds
I'm not a
pretty
scientist.
haunting.
right, no alive human starts off with boo.
Or ants would do.
Except for Monsters Inc.
True.
He went there.
I'll let you rest
Anyways.
this. That gives you something to think about.
But are you thinking about it?
Most of the time, I'm not even thinking. So
What? Anyways,
Hurricane.
let's just get into
Theories.
these theories, man. Kenny, you want to take the methane gas?
Do you want to do
Well,
science theories first? Do you want to do
Yeah, because you can do science. Or should I just do the...
Okay, we can do science theories. I mean, there's only like a few, like 3 maybe. So the methane gas is basically, I don't know how to describe this in like It's basically just like.
Do you
a
want me
fart.
to read like my explanation? Dude, I knew you were gonna say farts even before you fucking said it. Like,
Methane
I
bubbles,
just knew it.
gas bubbles. It's like.
okay, well, do you want me to read the explanation and you explain it?
Yeah, absolutely. Let's
All
go.
right.
Let's do it.
Okay. It is known that large amounts of methane gas are trapped thousands of feet below the seafloor. If this gas gets released, water density in the area can reduce significantly, and the frothy, oh, I don't like that word,
Ooh, I like frothy.
frothy water can no longer provide the
Buoyancy.
buoyancy
Buoyancy.
required to keep a ship afloat.
Right.
Boom. Take it away, Kenny. Get
Okay,
a load
so-
of this.
So I guess in like other parts of Europe, they've discovered like giant craters under the water, like 150-foot deep craters, where methane gas was stored. And you know the shifts in the ground kind of like release him, right? And people think that the bubbles are like rising up and like moving ships and tipping over ships. But I forgot what I watched. Apparently, it's like not even possible because ships are pretty much built to prevent from tipping over because they have this kind of like airtight just bottom half that just kind of keeps them leveled. Because waves do that too. Waves can have a danger
Tip
of
you
tipping
over.
them over. So they're built to kind of to stop that from happening. And I saw some like stupid thing on BBC where they tested the methane gas.
Was it
bubbles.
Mythbusters?
I don't know. No, it wasn't Mythbusters. It was a while ago. It was specifically for the Bermuda Triangle. And they tried to test if methane gas.
But it wasn't
It
Mythbusters.
wasn't Mythbusters.
Methane. It was
Wish it was.
methane.
Wish it was.
Busters.
And they pretty much like tested it to see if it could actually sink something. And it did end up sinking. But that's if the ship is kind of kept in place, which a ship is probably never kept in place. Usually the bubbles will travel up, they'll break up, they'll carry water with it, like kind of just imagine like a water field above the bubbles, and it'll push the boat up, right? And that's what people think would cause the boat to tip.
Yeah.
But if the boat is able to move around, it'll pretty much just move it to the side. It wouldn't like if it was
It
staying in the
wouldn't
same
actually
place.
tip over.
Right.
It
Yeah.
just depends on how far
Right.
you're willing to believe it, because like you're saying, ships are designed so that doesn't happen, but they're
Right.
also designed so that they don't disappear in the first place.
Right, true. That's
So-
true. I mean, it's just kind of the way it is. If it was already tipping to one side and the bubbles were like in that one side so happened, then it would tip over. It has a possibility to tip over. But if it was kind of just like allowed to move even a little bit, it would just move over to the side. So the bubbles don't actually have the strength enough to sink ships. It's not the act of the bubbles hitting the boat that causes it to sink. It's again the density. The bubbles actually make it move up, so it'll just move up and then over.
Oh.
So that's a big if.
That's a big if, right? But even ships designed back then were meant to prevent. And again, you'd have to have a lot of methane bubbles in the Bermuda Triangle.
Interesting.
Almost like a planned thing. Like let's
So
set
basically,
this
someone's
shit.
farting
Yeah.
underwater.
Yeah.
I don't like that.
You don't
I
like
think
farting?
that's how that's happening.
No farting.
Like
I
who's
mean,
farting?
if
Like a
someone
giant
is
squid?
farting
The
around
Earth
me,
is.
I'm dipping. I'm disappearing. So
Right. All right.
I don't know if that's true.
Also,
We'll
that
just-
doesn't.
we'll just chalk it up to gas buildup.
Also, that would if it was true, it would explain the disappearance of ships, but it wouldn't necessarily explain
The planes.
the planes.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And some people think that the methane gas like goes up and then like kind of messes with the.
That
the
would
mating.
you see, yeah, that
But
would.
that's
be
a little
big,
stretch,
Yeah,
right?
that would be a big stretch,
Right.
like for it to be able to not only.
But then
sink
you have
ships, but
the
also planes.
you have the compasses not working.
Okay, so the compass is not working is a completely different theory.
Well, that's what I'm saying. But let's say methane gas is doing the ship's portion, and then there's the compass is not working
Right.
in the sky.
The compasses aren't
So
working.
there's both.
The compasses aren't working like anywhere. Apparently.
Yeah,
like,
but
it's
that's
just
what
another-
I'm saying. Like you have both
Oh, okay, both
forces
theories. Got it.
working.
working together.
Also,
It also would explain, like, you're saying that the ship would have to be completely still for
Right.
it to work.
Yeah.
If your compass isn't working, you're probably gonna.
you're gonna be still for a
Oh,
while.
maybe.
So-
Yeah, that makes sense.
And then also I read this one. Well, no.
If you
Actually,
guys haven't figured it out, I'm a big reacher. If I can connect one thing, I will.
Connect everything.
but okay. Also think about like, because I was watching one of the documentaries about it, and
Was it Mythbusters?
no, it was not MythBusters, unfortunately. Where they're flying a plane and the instruments stop working. Stop.
My tuba's not working.
The theme for this whole thing is music.
Yeah, that's the getaway.
Anyways, the instruments are not working. And then now you have your pilot experiencing vertigo. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like, it's because at that high altitude or whatever, you know, like you can experience something like that.
Right.
So that into the mix with the compass is not working and everything, you got your planes down. You know?
Yeah. Well, it's a snap. She snapped there.
Avenger style.
The magnetic,
Thanos.
the whole like magnetic theory is actually, it's another like kind of, I don't know if it's recent, but it's a big theory because obviously it's like known that compasses don't work right in the Bermuda Triangle. Like you can have multiple compasses in the same area and they'll all
Well, because it's
pick different
magnetic
readings.
north, right?
Right. Just okay. So I don't know if there's some little background.
I don't know what that means. I just thought I'd sound smart and say it.
Okay, so the Earth's
Noted.
the Earth's like outer core is kind of full of molten liquid iron,
Mhm.
which is magnetic, and just it rotating around creates this giant magnetic field around the Earth, which creates our two poles, your North Pole and your South Pole. Just think of like the Earth as a giant magnet. You know how magnets work?
Okay, don't come at me with that
Miracles.
because I told you
It's
that I
through
looked up a
miracles.
video on YouTube to explain
Right. Okay.
it.
Well, magnets opposites attract, right?
yes.
Opposite ends attract, like ends kind of repel each other.
Yeah.
Okay, so think of the Earth as a giant magnet.
Okay.
It creates the North Pole and South Pole. But there's a magnetic north, which is like kind of like the magnetic north end.
Okay.
And there's a true north, which is a geographic north, which is just the top of the Earth.
Yeah.
And they're separate.
Okay.
So we use compasses to kind of tell us where the geographic north is, but it's really showing us where the magnetic north is, which is just like a few degrees off. It's like in
following-
Canada.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's kind of wrong. But the Bermuda
So
Triangle.
Canadians can't use compasses.
No, they can.
Oh, okay.
They're just too nice.
I just
They're just
wanted
too
to
nice.
check in. Okay.
But
They would
Bermuda
most likely
is
let
kind
you
of one
use
of
it.
the only places where the true north and magnetic north are like the same.
So why is it that place?
know.
You know? Like
don't know.
that on its own
And-
is like
Okay, so that makes compasses kind of like weird. But also, so the Bermuda Triangle used to be just a giant volcano, underwater volcano. And a bunch of like iron deposits have come out of that, which is, again, it's magnetic.
is that like the methane gas? Is that
No,
what-
it's separate.
Oh, okay.
So there's
all sorts of wild things going on.
right.
See, that's why it's so interesting.
So there's these large areas of like iron deposits, like rock deposits, and people think that is what's causing the compasses, because it's like the compasses will lead to the iron because it's magnetic.
Okay.
And that's if there's large enough, people think that it can like even planes in the sky, the compasses can kind of go wonky.
Okay. All right, that makes sense.
I like that one a lot better than the methane.
the
Yeah,
gas.
I think that makes a lot more
the
sense.
farts.
I think like people just get lost.
All right, so let's throw something fun at this mix because it's been a little scientific up in
shots?
here, and I'm kind of sure shots too, but UFOs. Let me just throw that out there. How do we feel about
Of
that?
the
Don't
alien.
feel too great about UFOs.
Like you're not a fan, or you don't believe, or like what's you? If you're not a fan, what does that mean?
I don't know. You tasked me to go through like the scientific research of it, and like after watching it all and reading it all, I'm just like, yeah, that's.
So you're a non-believer,
I
is what
I
you're
believe
saying.
in aliens. Oh, absolutely.
So UFOs have no play in this.
Aliens?
Yeah, let's
Why don't
talk,
you convince me?
Let's talk aliens, guys.
All right.
Okay. Hit us with a theory, Gio. Hit us with that fat.
Oh no, I'll hit you with my theory after. I just want to hear what you guys have to think about UFOs.
Underwater Area 51.
Underwater Area 51.
I think it's funny. This is happening just like I like to think that the people of Bermuda, because there's an actual island, just see all these planes and ships disappearing.
Wait, there's an actual island of Bermuda?
Yeah.
That was sarcasm.
I'm
not that dumb.
I just like to think that there's just people out there like who can actually see the ships and planes
Or
disappearing.
like there's Jim Bob just looking out his window.
And he's like, oh, there goes another one.
Yeah, there goes my neighbor.
They never learn. Looks like we gotta fish that boat out.
They're just,
Oh, thank goodness. You
they
brought
just
more
have,
hurricane.
they just have a live feed of.
I don't know why I'm giving them a transatlantic voice.
It's Jim Bob.
There goes another one.
I gave him a hillbilly name, so and we're all over the place geographically.
Yeah.
Wait, what did I miss? What the hell?
I said-
I was just saying, it'd be funny if they're in the island and there's Jim Bob just looking out his window watching things disappear.
Yeah, he's just like, I thought it was funny if they could just like see all the ships disappearing and they're just like, what?
There goes another
Where's
one.
this
Get a load
There
of
goes another one.
Get a load of this one.
Alright, can I hit you guys with my theory?
Yes.
Don't actually hit me.
Don't be so sensitive, Kenny.
Pull
Okay.
the fist.
Alright, so, okay. Let's be real. Go for it. Okay, so... Yeah, it is very hot in here.
It's because we're uncovering truths.
feel like
We're uncovering the truth.
CIA is trying to
I
cover
feel
it.
like that beach chair is like leaving
Things-
impressions on the
It's
back
hot
of my thighs.
because things
really
are
hot.
heating
Things are
up.
really heating up.
The UFO talk just got me really
right.
turned on.
So my theory. Okay, so say aliens have made contact
Aliens
with
have
us.
made contact with us.
They definitely have.
Yeah, have you seen E.T.?
I mean,
You haven't seen E E.T.
Don't fucking put me on
Sorry,
blast like
sorry.
that on my
You-
podcast.
I just repeated what you told me to say.
I've
So.
never seen.
oh
Okay.
my god.
All right. Anyways, okay. Say they have made contact, which I totally believe, but the Bermuda Triangle is a very prominent area where things disappear, right? Everybody's aware of this.
Okay.
And we're all paying attention, definitely. So, say aliens are like, humans are A, dumb, B, dangerous, right?
All three. Are you gonna say a third one?
No, A, B, A and B.
But you can add
That was
yours.
kind of
C,
big.
You can add yours if you want.
A and B,
They smell bad.
right?
This dumb, dangerous, and
We
smell
do
bad.
kind of smell bad.
I mean, have
Okay.
you seen Spice World?
So now we're just calling out like movie culture.
Dude, you just
So-
missed all the scientific reasons.
That's okay.
I'm just kidding. No, we didn't. I saved
By the
some
way,
for you.
now that you're here, you can also hate me for saying this.
I'm sorry, what?
I'm about to be pretty hated. I think the movie E.T. is trash. by the way.
Whoa.
Since we're talking about
Oh, thank you,
aliens,
actually.
just
Bro,
before
you
we get
can't
into
come
the
on
science,
to my podcast and
before-
just declare
well,
something
I'm just
like
gonna
that.
say it because what is the movie about? The dude gets lost and then he goes back. That's
It's
for the-
about
That's
family. I think. I don't know. I haven't seen E.T. in a while.
yeah.
Oh.
So no one really paid attention to E.T. That's what I'm saying.
It's a cute movie. It
I
is
feel
about
like our
family.
listeners were kind of like banking on me telling my theory right now, and they're
Yeah.
like,
Oh,
shocked that
I
I'm
just
not
wanted to
saying
get
it.
hated a little bit.
You do like that.
Yeah.
I don't know why you like that.
Scorpio.
A bad boy.
A bad boy. Please don't say that again.
So aliens.
Anyways, okay. So say aliens are aware of how humans are, and they basically are like, hey, humans are paying attention to this Bermuda Triangle, right?
Right. Okay.
So all these disappearances and stuff. What if they're purposely grabbing and, making these disappearances like happen because they want to distract from outer space discovery? We're spending so much time and money on like actually going in outer space. How much how much underwater
Right.
of the ocean has been explored. What is it like? We have 92% not explored.
Yeah.
Right.
It's like
So-
in the 90s.
Exactly. So it's like, what if they're like, let's fucking get these humans like interested in the ocean, so they can distract
Also,
from
I feel like the
space.
area, obviously the Bermuda Triangle, I feel like they pull from that because it's so uncharted to us. Like,
Right.
Yeah.
perfect spot to
But
like.
if their whole idea is to distract from space, it's not working. I mean,
Yeah, that's what I was about
Yeah.
to say. Because
People-
we're
right.
still at 92%.
I feel like people have kind of stopped exploring, other than like a few
Also, I want
science
to point
groups.
out though there was the talks of a space force.
yeah, I was gonna say.
Space Force. There's also,
I was gonna say.
yeah.
A new
But
branch
how
of the
are you-
military.
It's the idea though of distracting
Yeah.
us with something else.
Is that so crazy that they would be like, hey, humans are dumb? Like,
No, the government does the same thing, right?
I,
The government
you know
distracts
what?
us with
Another
like them.
theory that I would believe would be that that's just an easy spot to make them disappear, since we already know that people disappear there. If aliens were in fact abducting people,
Yeah.
that would be. It's like, you know, the good places where you go fishing. You know,
It's true.
If you're gonna
Yeah.
go fishing, you don't
The
go to a
Bermuda
place where there's
Triangle is just the fishing
it's
docks.
not a known place for fishing. Yeah. So it's just an easy way. It's an easy place for them to get us.
There's like 300 shipwrecks in the Bermuda Triangle too.
have you heard of the Sargasso
It's like,
Sea?
Yeah. No. I
It's like Roger the alien tells Bob.
That's
like,
one of
"Hey,
the
man,
scientific
like, I know
ones.
of a good place where we can get humans, and they just pick them up there.
All right, well, let's talk about fucking Atlantis.
Okay. Let's not.
Whoa,
like that.
whoa,
I like that.
whoa.
But Aquaman just came out, so
Atlantis.
yeah.
How does Atlantis come into
I
the
can't.
Bermuda Triangle?
First off,
Don't be such a non-believer.
Homegirl's
right
name
now.
is actually Atlanta, and I'm way out.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's true.
I hate
mean,
that.
But she wasn't named Atlanta for the city of Atlantis. It was for that
For the- for
of
the city?
Atlanta. That was her favorite city.
The Peach State.
Yeah. All right, so Atlantis.
Atlantis. That's a very. It makes sense.
It's a very
Does
loaded
it-
subject.
When I think of Atlantis, I think of like middle of the ocean, maybe somewhere around Europe. I don't think like off the
Why
coast
Europe?
of Disney
Why
World.
Europe?
Why
Doc?
Europe?
Because Plato wrote about Atlantis, didn't he?
So?
He didn't go to the Americas, did he?
So? So Plato's just like, oh, Atlantis could only happen in Europe.
I mean, he wrote like pretty like detailed.
They also wrote about, the sky.
If anything, I would think that
Stars and
Atlantis is
everything.
a very Polynesian thing,
Yeah,
Yeah.
personally.
like underwater. I just think it'd be weird if it was like off the coast of Disney World. Like,
It's in Disney World.
I can't imagine Atlantis being like that close to Disney World and
Well,
Universal.
can you
Studios.
imagine it being in the Bermuda Triangle?
Bermuda?
The Bermuda.
Bermuda.
I think it's time for us to all kind of just go around and say what we think is going on.
Starting with me.
Well, I was getting
Alex,
into the
Yeah.
alien
would you
part.
please?
Yeah, no, I think
really-
I
I'm
think
digging
that's
the
what I want to know. I want to know what you guys think. 'Cause
Aliens with compasses.
I already bared myself soul. I told what I believe is
Wait,
going on.
what do you believe?
That aliens are covering it up so we don't fucking go poking up in space.
I'm sorry, what?
You
I
heard
missed a
me?
lot.
I think, okay, this is what I think. The government has a deal with aliens. And they're like, yo, okay, this is the spot that you can take humans for your experimentation. We got some, like, theories. People already know about
Sort of
the
like a
Bermuda
fishing
Triangle.
license.
They're
They're
trying
like,
to go.
This is your
Coming to the
area
fishing
where
thing,
you
by
can
the way.
take people, no questions asked.
Do you think they like got up a notary and were like, yo,
Here's the
write
thing.
up the contract,
the
let's
thing
see
about
what's
that.
up.
I feel like aliens would not give a fuck about like
Legislation.
governmental strategeries and like
But
the
we don't know, like,
Like,
where
do you
they're
think
at.
do you think aliens would be like, fuck you, Donald Trump? I don't care what you think.
I think
But
aliens
aliens
already say
are
that.
smarter
Just not
than
the,
us, so maybe
the
they
just
will
the other
play
type of
by the
aliens.
rules.
Ooh.
You know what I'm saying? that sounds like a U.S. thing that we wouldn't listen.
They know they know we're dumb.
Here's kind of how I feel. I feel that if there were aliens that have traveled literal light years, and we're talking like time travel, basically.
How many?
Literal of them.
Literally.
I don't think that they would care about like, oh, well, this government has signed a form that's allowed us to take people on latitude, longitude, 35-25 degrees. No, we're taking everyone.
Well,
Sorry.
Well, see, there's a reason why I said that ET was trash. Because if it's the same type of aliens that were in ET, I think they would follow code.
It's not.
Kenny is very serious about this. He goes,
Look about ET.
Look, guys,
Yo,
it's not
Spielberg.
easy.
He taught me how to
So
love.
either ET
If anything-
sucks, or
If
ET would
anything,
never.
It's more
Steal someone.
Independence Day
Yo.
and less ET. Thank
you
you.
don't have to suck Steven Spielberg's dick, dude. Like, it's fine.
Whoa.
fine.
It's not. ET is very personal to me.
I've never seen it, so I
You
can't
said
say.
you didn't even remember
I don't.
about ET.
I've probably seen it one
That's
time.
how personal it was.
Very,
just like
so
the
personal.
It was more personal to me
Are
because
you-
I
dude.
hated it.
Are you a Reese's Pieces shill?
Wait.
Okay, so you guys have not seen ET then.
I've
No,
never
she hasn't
seen
seen
it.
That's exactly my point. Nobody remembers ET.
There was a
But
deleted
everyone
scene
says it was a great movie.
It's just like Mac and Me. Have you guys seen Mac and Me?
What the fuck is
I've
Mac
never
and
seen
Me?
What year did that come
What
out?
the fuck is that?
Guys, do yourself a treat.
Listen to Who Goes There.
Go home tonight, whatever night you're listening to this. Download Mac and Me.
Is Bernie Mac?
No, no, no.
Bernie Mac.
Wow, it's like Alien. So if you've ever...
Big
What the
Mac.
fuck? I'm looking this
Wait,
up
are you
right
comparing
now.
it to the movie Alien?
No.
Oh, I thought that's what you were
No.
going to say.
So Mac and Me, if you've ever seen Paul Rudd in an interview,
Happy
he
birthday,
always says like, "Here's my new movie,"
Shut the
Ant-Man.
fuck up.
Right.
What is
and it's always Mac and Me.
Yeah, they always put the...
Mac and
Mac
Me
and Me
is
cook the
about
trailer.
a little child in a wheelchair who befriends an alien.
Which one's Mac?
The alien.
Oh, I've seen that thing around.
No, you haven't.
What is that's like a knockoff version of
Yeah,
seen that on, like-
I've seen that as a
that's
meme.
actually
Yeah,
a
I've
thing.
seen that as a
They,
meme.
They always put that trailer, no?
Yeah,
Yeah.
So Paul Rudd always puts that trailer up.
Yeah.
And Lauren, are you heading to the bathroom?
What?
Are you heading to the bathroom? Is what I'm asking.
And if you are, what number?
Just
I just have to get my child out of the bathtub if you're going. Okay.
I feel so bad about that.
No, he's
so
good.
called out.
I had to take this off. It was awful. Okay, we're ready.
Anyways, watch Mac and Me. That's all I can
Okay.
say.
Mac and Me?
All right, so
The
on my
golden
list.
I
days.
guess my point is, if we're gonna talk about alien abductions and everything like that, let's actually figure out what kind of aliens we're talking about. because-
Wait. Hold up. Before you get over there, I don't know what your theory is,
Over
but
there.
let's
No, I was
get
asking for your theory.
yeah.
Because
Let's
ET couldn't cover
Can I-
nothing up.
let's
Can
get to
wait,
Kenny's.
Wait, hold up though. Let me tell you. You are now at like hour and 2 minutes. Just so you know the pace of this episode.
Well, the first 30 minutes we
Haven't
spent.
gone through anything.
Remember
Listen.
the first
Will
30
this be
minutes we
released?
spent trying to read
No,
a paragraph.
okay. Wait, hold
this-
up.
This is
Hold
probably the best episode yet.
up. To be fair, I've been
the
doing-
hurricanes, to be
to-
honest.
to be fair, I've been doing research for this for so long.
Hold on.
2 weeks.
No, like literally. No, I think that's a long time, right?
Years.
Like
It's been 84 years.
No, I mean, come on. I work full time. I go to school. Like, it's been 2 weeks of me like researching nonstop, and like, I think it's mostly because I am more confident with true crime. I know more about true crime, and I was very skeptical about this conspiracy theory thing. But I have had more fun with this because it's different, and I don't really know what the fuck I'm talking about.
Well, yeah, you
Yeah.
can say whatever you want about
You know?
it, which I
That's
mean,
why
Anybody
fun
knows what the fuck is
with
going on in the
everything.
Bermuda Triangle.
Because it's literally just like people are disappearing,
Yeah.
ships are disappearing. Like,
yeah.
we can throw around anything we want to say, but
Right.
Yeah, no, and definitely the first episode I had a lot of fucking research. And then the second episode I feel like I didn't have enough. So it's been an interesting journey to
No, it's
get
just
this
like-
episode
like
down.
Goldilocks, just the right amount of research.
Maybe I should be a conspiracy theorist. No, but I'm really, really interested to see what all you guys think. Like, I think that's my favorite part about this. I want to know what you guys all think the Bermuda Triangle is about.
Bermuda.
Real quick, I
Bahamas.
just want to go back to my theory.
Go for it. Go for it.
Just for one sec. Okay, so let's say, I mean, yeah, we have this idea of aliens that they're this like superb being that is just so much more intelligent than us and all of these things, and yeah, whatever. Because we assume that that's so because they can get to us, right? But what if they're just like us in some sort of way that, and they're being smart about it and playing it safe, and they're picking out people just in this small area because they're trying to do research. They're trying to see if maybe we can make contact, maybe we can, you know what I mean? Like, because I feel like if, like, let's just say I was running this kind of operation and we found another planet, like, you'd kind of want to tiptoe around. You don't know what you're getting into.
Are we
like,
dangerous?
Yeah, are you dangerous? Is it like, I don't know what's going
It's
on
almost
there.
like the Roswell idea that people disappear. in
Like, you're
Roswell
gonna do
because
your
they
research
a-
before you just show up. I mean, I'm just saying.
I would, though. I would definitely
Possible.
do my
It would
research.
also-
Are you kidding
It would
me?
also have to do
Another
a lot,
planet?
It would also have a lot to do with how long they've been here. Because if they've
Yeah, this has been
here-
going on for
yeah.
a few hundred years, right?
Yeah, because if they've been here for a fairly
But what
short
do you guys
period,
believe?
yes,
Do you believe we've made contact and
Or
we've been...
wait, real quick. I just
No,
had this
go for
idea.
it. Go for it.
Okay, so what if the only way that they can inhabit Earth is by taking people off of Earth and replacing them with
Yeah,
them?
sort of like the-
With
mind blown.
sort of like the
themselves.
reptilian idea, right? Like how they
Fucking
slowly-
Hillary Clinton?
How they're slowly.
Yes.
But wait, why are the
populating.
people who got lost in the Bermuda Triangle never found?
Because
Because-
they
They're
have to take them
reptiles
out,
now.
and now
Well,
they're
think
like
about it.
prisoners of whatever
Or not even
planet
that.
they're
Not
in,
even,
or
once you abduct someone, you don't necessarily have to become that same.
yeah, you're
person.
not that person,
Yeah.
but you can
There's
inhabit
new
the
people
Earth.
being born
Avril
every day,
Lavigne
correct?
is
there's
a clone.
millions of people being born every day.
Exactly, they could
Who
just
would
kind of
actually
come
find
in.
out that this person disappeared and this new person was born?
Just
They're
to
the
make
same
it clear, if you did disappear, we would notice. Andy, just so you know.
Not for a day.
I would.
We would
I'm
check
just
that
gonna-
hole that you were in. When you
Lauren, care to chime in? We would definitely notice
I
if
would
you
at
disappeared.
least- look.
I would notice.
The way that I run my life, I usually disappear for a good week. Or so.
Yes, but we're
That's
looking
all
for
I'm
those
saying.
ID posts of you lifting
That's
those
all
weights.
all I'm
So
saying. That's,
The portrait
Wow.
mode.
I could probably
pull
go a
pics.
good week without like being noticed. And it's not a sad thing. I'm just saying. Like, I'm just saying.
Oh, are we
I could
talking about how
probably
long
It's
it would
definitely
take
not
for
a
somebody to
sad-
notice?
Yeah,
If you died?
No, if
if
you
you were
disappear.
missing.
So
You
same,
disappear.
basically.
No, not dying.
I'm saying okay.
Because
besides
died if they
immediate-
find your body,
for
you're
you,
dead.
at least for you.
4 hours.
Besides immediate family.
4 hours.
4 hours.
It would take 4 hours.
You've given this some time.
Damn. Well, because you
He
have
had that
kids.
answer.
Yeah, it would take
You
4 hours
have
for me.
kids.
You
It-
tried to disappear for longer than
No,
4
it would be
hours.
like I don't show up to work. My coworkers call Ronnie. Ronnie's like, I don't know what the fuck. Where is he at? Done.
I think it'll be 12 hours for me.
12?
Mm-hmm.
You never answer text messages, so it'd
Yeah,
be
that's what I'm
longer
saying.
than
The
that.
way that we are seclusively now, people can go missing for a while. dude.
Alex
Okay.
knows, dude. She works in dental. Like 4 hours is basically it. Like from one clock in to lunch break.
Okay, but let's say,
Yeah, people
but
would
let's
know.
say, it's your day off.
I would be here.
Ronnie would know.
Ronnie would know
Okay.
1 hour.
Okay.
I
really-
before my kids go hungry.
You know, I feel like it's almost important to establish something like that with someone close to you. Like, yo, if I don't respond in this time frame or like something like
Well,
that.
remember when you went quote unquote missing?
Well, this is also one thing I want to
Dang,
make clear.
what a call out.
If
I
I
know.
ever disappear,
Yeah,
it
you
is
know what I mean?
aliens.
Did you pretend you were
Oh, I
missing?
did.
No,
I
it
did.
is
I did get
It's
calls
8
about
hours?
this. Yes.
Aliens.
My family
Oh.
freaked out for no reason. I was shopping. Just gonna throw that out there. My phone died. Perfectly.
Wait,
logical
hold on.
explanation.
Okay, I really do need to hear everyone's theory about this Bermuda Triangle. Like, that's imperative to
Bermuda.
me. Bermuda. So
Bermuda.
hit us with yours, Kenny.
Oh, mine?
Yeah, you
I don't
got it.
know. Like I said, I
He goes, it's
have all those
bubbles in the
notes.
ocean.
I did
It's
a lot
the
of
fart
science
ones.
research. I did
It's
a lot of
carbon
science research.
dioxide. Ooh.
I think it's just an accident-prone
Science.
ocean area.
That's straight up your call, like accident prone. That's it.
Yeah, for a number of reasons. I don't know, magnets. How do they
Magnets?
Yeah, I
Someone's
mean, what
just-
he was
Same
saying is
cloud
that the magnetic, the true north. And
That's what you believe?
Yeah, I think there's
start working. People start.
I think there's definitely like weird things going on that can be scientifically explained, and then people just like when they're in it, they're like, "What's going on?"
I respect that, but I also don't understand.
I respect that, but you're wrong.
But I also don't understand science that much. Like, I really don't. So,
I mean, they're just like there's a ton of
Got 'em?
videos of people just like in the daytime just
So take that silence.
taking
I
a
don't get you.
Fuck you, science.
so Andy, what you think?
I mean, I was mentioning it earlier. I think it was a mixture of things that happened, and because it's being talked about, it's being more noticed. So I think it's just like a series of, oh, this person went missing, and then people started talking about it. I noticed that this other person went missing, and now it's a huge thing. I mean, you know how rumors start.
right.
Start from like nothing.
Things
and
just
then,
disappear.
And then all of a sudden, that's
Right, Shane, my
fact.
day. Relax.
That I mean, like if I tell you some sort of rumor or whatever, and you go and tell 100 people, all of a sudden that's a fact. People are talking about it. They're saying, "Oh, well, yeah, I heard it from this guy, and I heard it from this." So everyone's saying it, so it must be true. And I think it's just been like a big exposed version of that. I mean, yes, there were
Right.
ships that disappeared, there were planes that disappeared, but so were all over the world. You know.
Apparently, it's not even part of the top 10
Now-
most dangerous waters
now-
in the U.S.
The other thing too, I do like the whole alien idea of being replaced.
I like it.
I actually am a fan of that because I just refuse to believe that we're the only beings in the universe.
I agree.
And if there's, like,
I don't want to
if-
talk to them. Don't
yeah.
get me wrong, aliens. If you're listening, I'm good. I don't need to be probed. I'm not down. So
And just like Alex was saying, if there was a way to populate, if there's a way to populate, the smart way would to be. Like,
I'm not
would be
that
to
smart. I
Take
promise.
it little by little, find a good place where you know is known to do it,
yeah.
and then just take your time with it. You know, I'm just saying, as an alien, I would abduct that way. That's all I'm gonna say.
But do you
Smart way
want to
to
be?
abduct.
But
Not
do you
like
want to be
ET.
abducted?
Would I want to be abducted?
Because I don't. I'm serious. Please don't.
I mean, that's like
think it'd be
asking someone.
pretty
That's like asking someone, "Would you like to be kidnapped?" You know? Like,
No, but
I
that's
don't
what
know
I'm saying.
that
But
would
that's
entail.
different because it's a whole other species.
No, I mean,
You don't know what they could offer you.
What are they going to do to me?
I know, but that's like you telling me, "Hey, I might have candy in my car."
That's what I'm
So
saying. You don't know what they could
Yeah, I
offer
don't
you.
know what- I can't answer if I would like to be abducted.
Have you seen that Twilight Zone episode where it's like the aliens come down and they're offering like humans to come up to their planet?
Oh yes, yes.
You've
yes.
seen it, right?
Yeah.
And it's like supposed to be this paradise,
Yes.
and they sell it, and there's a book,
That's one of my favorite episodes.
and at
It's
the
really
end
good.
they
Yeah.
end up translating it. Like they try and say that this book
Yes.
is like talking about all the ways that they can serve. It's called To Serve Man, but then at the end the woman realizes
With
that
the
it's a
fork and
cookbook, and
knife.
she's like,
Yes.
To Serve Man, and the guy's too late, and he goes, oh, it's crazy.
I feel like that would happen to us.
You see,
Lost in translation.
I'm gonna say I wouldn't like to be abducted, but I most likely would end up being abducted. Like if they told me, like, "Hey, listen, you're gonna live for like 300 years if you come with us, and there's gonna be tacos and stuff," that's probably all it would take for me to be like, "Yeah, that sounds like a good idea."
Can you say that again for all the aliens to hear?
So aliens,
I'm not
if you
down.
guys are out,
Abduct me.
Abduct me. Tacos.
since we're already doing requests. Aliens, if you're planning on abducting me, just pay off my bills first. And that will literally get me to get on your ship and be like, "Okay, everything's paid for. Cool, let's go."
Insurance. Lauren, what do you think?
All right. So what I think, it kind of ties into aliens, because I kind of think that, and then I kind of don't think that. I feel like there's like somehow a community of all these people that have been lost, and they're like totally living like their best lives right now somewhere.
In Atlantis?
Yeah,
Tupac.
Funlantis.
Hashtag
So,
fun.
I don't know. I just feel like the whole like there's no bodies thing like really weirds me out. How like where did they go? You know.
Yeah.
So I don't know if they're. I mean, it could be aliens, but they're somewhere like all together. I feel like all the
What
people
about-
that are missing.
What about like purgatory and heaven? You know?
Like that's it. If you hit the Bermuda Triangle, that's purgatory.
Hey, that could be it, or maybe
That's
you could
interesting.
say-
Opening
Yeah.
the gates to hell.
And right now we're in hell. I'm
Sabrina.
just saying because of my bills, but
But, oh,
No,
also
not really.
no. To tie in, since I was watching the Twilight Zone marathon last night. I watched that episode where I don't know if you've seen it, where the kids like they're tired of their parents fighting. Their parents just told them-
pool.
Yes.
Yes,
The ones where
I
they were
love that
saying
episode. They
their-
go
their
into
parents are getting a divorce and they're just over them fighting, and their parents are just like dickheads. So they find like a secret entrance to another world at
Yes.
the bottom of the pool.
And the lady's super nice to them, and they're
Yes,
having
and they'd
living their
rather
best
live with
life.
the lady that they didn't know who was super nice to them.
And she was like
Isn't
cooking
that
them
like
pastries
isn't
and
that what
stuff.
Coraline was, too?
Yeah, it straight up was Coraline, but the lady wasn't like
Grace and
evil.
So maybe somewhere in that triangle there is an entrance to another world where everyone's just
Or
chilling.
like, okay, not to put like a weird religious aspect on it, but Garden of Eden.
Yeah.
No, yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like maybe that's the passage into that, because remember, like God was supposedly keeping them in this area, and this was the area that was safe and beautiful and protected, and there was no sin and everything. And then all of a sudden he was like, okay, well now you're gonna be opened up to everything else.
Yeah.
And what if that's the like portal or whatever?
Ooh.
And then
So let's that also brings it to the next point. Imagine you're this rich dude that bought a ticket to your cruise and everything, and then you end up in heaven. Just for
But what
getting
if
that
you're not a
ticket.
good person? You don't end up in heaven. That's the gate.
Okay.
Yeah,
You know?
What if you're in a carnival
or
cruise?
it's hell.
Or wait, what if that's all it took to
Carnival
get a
cruise?
ticket to
The
the
carnival
Bermuda?
cruise? They're pretty expensive, so.
I'm just saying, I'm doing some promotions for Carnival Cruise.
No,
now.
but straight up,
Pay me my money.
to be honest, like, I do, like, I've stated, obviously, my theory with UFOs and aliens in the Bermuda Triangle, but as a separate thing, I do believe in Atlantis. I don't know if it is in the Bermuda Triangle, but I do believe that
No, I
there
definitely
is.
believe Atlantis.
Well, the
for sure.
Atlantis thing.
I don't
the
believe Atlantis is
thing-
there.
the
I
Atlantis
believe
thing
there
when
is.
when you're saying you believe in Atlantis, do you believe that there was a different species or it was us?
No, I believe there was a like very advanced like what's it called? Sorry, what's the word? Like
Civilization.
civilization, yes.
Yeah, they had.
And
time.
then they went underwater and they thrived. I do believe they survived, and there is an ancient civilization down there that wants nothing to do with us.
I don't know if they survived, but like I said, like Plato wrote some detailed shit about Atlantis, and he even like drew like diagrams of Atlantis. And Plato was a smart.
Yeah, he was smart, but why would he want people to find Atlantis?
They said it got sunk, like the.
Well, maybe-
city
yeah,
got
but
sunk.
why
No,
would
no,
he
no.
want people to find it?
Maybe he knew how.
No, I think it's
ridiculous
destroyed.
it would
I think it's
sound.
a civilization that was super.
No, what I'm
intelligent.
saying is maybe he knew how ridiculous it would sound, so that people wouldn't believe it, and whoever actually was smart enough to read and believe it could actually have the information.
Yeah.
He didn't write about it as like some sort of like.
We have a theory.
What's
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, an alien that what?
That had a big head
Pig head,
Oh.
and farmer arms,
farmer arms,
horsey feet.
and horse feet.
Ooh.
That would be a really good alien.
Yeah.
Really
It really
efficient.
would be.
He would be very efficient because he could farm
Yeah.
land.
I think the
I'll be there in a
firearms are really good.
Come on.
Thank you, Micah. You're the coolest nephew ever.
Honestly, it all checks out.
It all checks out.
Thank you for that
Episode
theory.
over.
And I would love to hear his father's theory about what the fuck is happening
I think-
at the Bermuda Triangle.
I think it's mostly garbage. It's
Actual garbage?
like it's like a garbage post
Like a
where
garbage
people
island?
just
no. I
throw
think the
their
idea.
garbage. Like I
of-
fucking hate you, Tim. We're throwing you on the Bermuda Triangle.
Hello. Hello.
That's basically this is what I. Come here, Quinn.
Come here, Quinn. We want to hear your
What do you think about
alien
aliens?
theory.
Here, sit. What do you think about aliens?
Look at it.
Yes.
Okay, go.
She's being abducted.
You have anything to say about aliens? Okay, well, honestly, same. Mike, it's Micah.
Micah is behind the Bermuda Triangle. You've heard it here,
We
folks.
solved it.
He's trying to throw us off with the pig head.
Oh, but also, I will say that there's a movie called Triangle. It's in 2009, I believe, is the film was produced. Really, really good. It's by an Australian production company that does pretty fun films. I would check it out. It explains nothing about the Bermuda Triangle. Bahama, come on, pretty mama. Key Largo, Montego. Ooh, I wanna take you down to Kokomo. We'll get there fast and then we'll take
Just
the
if you
Bermuda
guys,
Triangle is
if you
just a
guys
big concert
missed,
going on.
if you guys
Make that
missed
the intro,
this,
please.
That's where
the Beach
I
Boys live.
wanna go. Way down to Kokomo.
wait, did I miss your theory?
I think it's garbage. I think it's stupid.
Like, what is garbage?
all of it. All of it.
No, but what's going on? 'Cause
Nothing.
That
Nothing.
Well, what do you think
no.
of what do you
No,
think of
you
what I
have
was
to
saying?
know
It's
that
just bringing
something is
attention
going on.
because
I
people
think-
keep talking about
I
it.
would think if anything, there's probably some weird weather patterns that happen in that
Right.
specific
It's
part
a
of the world.
hard to navigate area.
Yeah, but aliens, nah. Interdimensional bullshit, nah. Carbon dioxide coming from the ocean floor,
What do you mean by carbon dioxide?
possible. You've never heard this?
What?
So there's a theory. Oh God, there's a theory.
It was almost like what Kenny was
Bro, I've done so much research.
There's
Please
a
tell
theory
me.
that there's like volcanic.
Oh yeah, he did say that.
Yeah.
Okay, well then, okay, so you know what I'm
So
No,
wait,
no,
so
but
then-
yeah,
no.
explain.
Okay,
No,
so-
I want to hear you.
No, so here's the thing. The way that he was explaining it was he said that the Earth was farting.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
he
it's
did say that
yeah,
Earth was
essentially. So
farting.
there is
that's the takeaway.
volcanic emissions coming
Right.
from
Yeah.
the way down
Methane
below.
gas.
That it's either carbon dioxide, a mixture of methane,
Mhm.
that basically make the water, the surface
just
tension of the
burped on
water
here.
less buoyant for
Right.
the ships,
It's
and the
meth.
ships basically go whoop
Go sink, yeah.
down into the ocean.
That's
That-
what you
right.
think.
That's what I think. Yeah, it's environmental, 100%.
What?
Yeah, I
But
think
That's
with that,
kinda
though,
boring,
with that,
but
though, what
okay.
the question was when we were talking about that was what explains the planes?
Because the methane does explain the ships. But what's going
well,
on?
but methane
up there?
also explains
right.
airplanes.
No, not all of it.
Sure it does.
No, it can't. It
Sure
can't.
it does, because if there's enough concentration of methane in the air, planes are only able to have what's the word? Help me out, Ken.
Altitude.
No. What's the upward thrust?
Oh.
Elevation.
Anywho, it's all based upon oxygen. It's all based upon
Right. So it
oxygen
messes
and
with the
nitrogen.
meter.
So if you've introduced
Yeah.
a third thing like methane or some other such thing in the air, then yeah, like it could fuck with ailerons and altitude.
So I mean, boats sink and planes disappear, but it's still sketch.
Well, people
But no,
people
what I'm
think
saying
that the
is,
methane
my thing is that would explain if it happened once, twice, or something. But if that was the cause, wouldn't they not fly through there?
Wait,
Like,
what was
wouldn't
my
they
statistics
say
like?
oh, this is a no-fly zone.
I would
because of it?
I would tell you this. I would say that the statistics of things going down in the Bermuda Triangle over the last 100 years
Yeah,
have been drastically on a downturn.
that's what I was gonna get to. Is when's the last disappearance?
It's
The
like-
F flight, the
2013.
flight that I said was 2009,
Yeah,
and then
but
I think the Malaysia one was pretty much
I think there was considerably more disappearances back then, and that could possibly be due to
yeah, that would
like,
make sense.
worse
My
instruments.
thing is, if a car crashes down the street,
And nobody's there to hear it.
well, that would be
Did
another
the
one.
car actually
would be
crash?
another
Yeah,
one.
I understand.
But-
yeah.
If someone,
Wait, what?
if a car crashes and everyone starts talking about it, right?
It's
And then the
Schrodinger. It's
next one
Schrodinger's car
crashes.
crash.
Yeah, and the next one crashes,
Uh-huh.
right? But there's already more people talking about it, and then it just becomes like known that street is a street where cars crash.
Look, they're gonna cry, and then you're gonna cry, and then we're all gonna cry.
I don't know. I don't know if I would cry if a car crashes. I didn't even say there was people in there.
I think we all have very different thoughts on this.
Who crashed the car?
That's what I'm saying.
That's the next episode.
Okay, I do think we all have different thoughts about this, and that's why this is such an interesting subject. But honestly, hit me with your questions. I want to hear all about this. And what?
Oh, not our
They're
The
with
people
their
listening.
For the people listening,
subsequent
Kenneth,
questions.
it's
Kenny,
not
got
all
it.
about
Okay,
you.
well,
That wasn't me.
Since you gave me
Who
the
was that?
floor
Who said
now.
He's like, look, guys, I was here an hour and a half late. I'm not really sure about what you guys talked about before.
Were my questions not
It's-
enough?
It's cool, guys, right?
He planned his jokes. Anyways,
Should have planned your questions.
I do want to say thank you for listening to this whole ass mess. And we'll be back at you soon with some other conspiracy theories.
We'll keep
thank
talking
you.
about this, right? Like
Together.
offline.
So yeah, this is your boy Jorge signing out. If you you like horror stuff, go check out whogozerepodcast.com. I'm gonna throw it in there, dude.
Shameless plug once
Do you like
again.
Who Goes There? No.
Oh!
It's all right. It's an auto.
I like it.
He loves it.
That's the next disappearance.
Thanks for having us.
You just got Bermuda Triangle, son.